Welcome back to Informed Sources. The Shelby County Commission has delayed a vote of no confidence in the county clerk's office until next month. The resolution was sponsored by Commissioners Brandon Morrison and Mark Billingsley, both Republicans. In it, the commission says it's received hundreds of complaints regarding license plate delays from citizens and businesses. Those delays are said to have impacted more than 35,000 customers. The resolution also calls for the state to step in to help distribute new license plates.
We have heard from representatives from the Office of the Governor, the Greater Memphis Chamber, the Office of the Controller, Mayor Harris. A great number of people are working collaboratively trying to support the clerk.
Today I've heard that there's been some progress and that the administration, the mayor's administration has received access, and we're going to be getting more frequent reports, and but that does not. But we still just want to see results.
The commission is now scheduled to vote on the resolution during its next full meeting on August 8th, which we should note is 4 days after the election. So problems in mailing out these license plates, long lines at the clerk's office. We haven't seen the problems, at least to this extent, in the past. So what's happening, do you think, Pastor Norman?
I think we came out of the period of COVID, and there were some backlogs for sure. If you needed a license plate during that 2-year period of which that office was literally closed down, it was very difficult during that time. And I think when we came out, there was not a plan to ramp back up. There were some offices shut down, there was some relocation being done, and just overall the system was not ready to handle the weight of what was being cast upon it. I do believe that the county commission was right in delaying this vote. However, we should not put our hands on the scale this close to an election to try and tip it one way or the other. No confidence votes can send a signal to people, and it can send the wrong signal, and it can sway an election, and that's not fair. I think we should wait until after the election, give the clerk's office a chance to heal its wounds and to fix its problems and move forward.
So, Chris, do you think that problems at the clerk's office have now opened the door for Republicans to maybe step back in?
I do, and I'll disagree with a little bit there, and I want to separate first the person of the clerk from the performance. So this is not trying to be a personal attack, but the buck stops with her, and this has been an unmitigated disaster. 35,000 people waiting for their tags. Who knows how many people have gotten pulled over? It's an incredible inconvenience, and ultimately, whatever the excuses, whatever the rationalizations, even if they're legitimate, even if they were understandable, it's gone on way too long, and it's unacceptable, and I think people are looking at an alternative. I don't remember this happening 8 years ago. Maybe you guys do, but I don't. The Republican Party has nominated a gentleman by the name of Jeff Jacobs, who's a good guy. He's smart. He has a lot of experience in county government. He's reliable, and I think that the voters should give him a long, hard look. If you're dissatisfied with the way the clerk's office has been running, then I think you should consider a real alternative.
No, I think that's an overreach. I think to first of all think that any person who is a novice in that particular role right there who could come in on day one and fix this problem, that's distorting the facts.
Well, keep in mind, he wouldn't necessarily be a novice,
well, he's
because
a novice
he had worked in that office.
He's a novice in the leadership role of being an elected official. It is not easy on day one of being an elected official to come in and magically fix all of the problems. Wanda Halbert has done an excellent job. She's hit a bump in the road right here. I agree with that. But this is not a time to tip the scale and to publicly take this particular effort and opportunity to say, move it out of the way. Give her an opportunity, work with the mayor's office, work with the county commission, get it fixed.
Yeah, the blue wave moved through, I guess a couple of years ago. Wanda was put in on that blue wave. Does she stay in office, do you think, or is this a chance for Republicans to move back in?
I think it's a real chance. I think it's going to be close, and she's had time to fix this. We've known about this problem for months. It's been reported. The buck stops with her, and I think people want to change, and I think we'll see a change.
I think she stays in office for sure. We give her an opportunity and hold her accountable to fix it. Wanda has a staff of people there who are dedicated and committed to getting this work done. They've worked in that office, and we don't need to send a signal to them that we're trying to undercut them in this election. We're wanting to see them perform and do a great job for the citizens of Shelby County.
All right, Election Day, August 4th, we'll be watching. Coming up next, we'll have some final thoughts and an Informed Sources update. Stay with us.